Alright guys, it's Nathan Lepetz here. I just wanted to show this replay of a game I had. It is probably one of the most epic Oops games I've played in a really long time, so I thought I would record the replay. I wish I was recording it live, but this was a really awesome game, so just stay with me and hopefully I don't skip through this replay too fast. So I think this game starts with Psychotog, who's a infamous Salt Lord, but saying, "Hi Nathan, good luck, have fun." I think this player knows who I am. I don't really want to engage with them because they are a very well-known Salt Lord. But uh, anyway, I mulled a 4 here, which is just brutal. You don't really want to start a game with that. This 4 is shit. I expect to lose. This player, I'm used to them playing Reanimator, so I was expecting just to straight up die here. I've seen them play decks like Sneak and Show before as well, though. So I was hoping it could be Sneak and Show. Actually, this was a mull to 3. Right, so this was a mull to 3, and my thought was if they are on Sneak, if they're on Reanimator, I'm dead. If they're on Sneak and Show, I'd rather have Spy, like the option to Show and Tell and Journey, right? So this was a mull to 3, and that's really, really brutal. That's like absolutely not where you want to be. But yeah, so here's how this starts off. They go blue-green, they go Tropical Island, Preordained. So I'm okay, this might be Sneak and Show Splashing Green for Veil, like JPA does sometimes, or this could be OmniTell. And it's probably one of the two. They're already on a mull to 6 themselves, I believe. Or no, they were on a mull to 5, and I was on a mull to 3. So we draw Reanimate. I'm not unhappy with that draw, to be honest, because I think that, like, it's not an entirely dead card if I have to cast this Spy instead of Show and Tell. So I see this basic island. I'm starting to think maybe this is OmniTell, but it could still be Sneak and Show. You never know. Narcomoeba is a shit draw. You don't want that one. It's just a dead draw. They cast Impulse. I know this is now OmniTell, because Sneak and Show's basically never going to play that card. They don't need to. They play Basic Forest. Okay, it has to be OmniTell. We draw Oracle. Fantastically bad draw, but, like, there's, like, very small situations versus Omni where, like, this can be a thing, especially if they go Eureka, you can put both in play or something. This is right now, just a dead draw. So I cast Thoughtseize. I'm expecting to get... So I sat here and debated this one. I don't know if you can see on the times, but I debated this for a sec. I was like, do I want to Thoughtseize Self and Reanimate? That just loses to Force Will, and it's, like, really... I don't know, like, I need to... My thought process here was, they could have Veil Summer. I'm gonna, like, be really weak to a Veil Summer, but if they have Force Will and I Thoughtseize, like, I'm just losing here. Whereas I do have this out of them just casting Show and Tell, and I might just win, and that beats a Force Will, potentially. Well, it might not beat a Force Will, but it might potentially beat it. So that was the thought, was just Thoughtseize them. They end up hard casting Force Will here, which I'm, like, perfectly fine with. I'm like, great, I don't get info, but I took a Force out of your hand. So, slow start to the game. I don't really want to fast forward because every time I click fast forward in replays, I end up skipping the end of the game, and this game was really epic, so I might as well go in through it on a slower speed. I Cabal Therapy, I named Omniscience here. The reason I named Omniscience here is because I figured that they probably, if they had Show and Tell, they would have cast it by now and put something in play. So I don't know what creatures they play. Most, like, good OmniTell lists sometimes don't even run Grizzlebrand. They'll just run Emrakul and maybe another creature to find, and you'll just tutor for it with Cunning Wish or Atraxa. It's way more common to be on Atraxa Emrakul than Grizzlebrand these days, so naming Omniscience seems smart here. I luckily hit, which was good, so this is gone from their hand now. They fetch randomly, which is just a misplay. I don't really know why you would fetch there. I guess there's deck thinning, but that's obviously just, like, a really bad play in a Brainstorm deck. It just doesn't really make sense. Your Brainstorm Ponder deck, you just don't want to fetch. Playing out the Ancient Tomb doesn't really make sense either. You're, again, a Brainstorm deck. So I draw Chrome Mox. So I see this big brain play now. I had thought about this one for another 30 seconds a minute. And here's my thought process here. If I go... My thought process here is there's this Grizzlebrand here, right? So I see this big play of... I don't think I'm... Like, my two lines of winning this game now is they cast a Show and Tell, and I put in a Spy and then Journey. That's gonna win. But and I can do that with... I could still Journey and win without this Oracle. So that's my game plan, at least here, is that they're gonna eventually have to Show and Tell, and I can win without this Oracle. So I'm gonna pitch this Oracle here. Do I just get to click it, or does the replay do it? So I pitch this Oracle here. The replay will show it. I cast this Narcomoeba, I Cabal Therapy with them with the plan of I'm gonna reanimate next turn on their Grizzlebrand. Oh, I punted here. Oh, I could have done this. I could have gone for this turn. Oh, that's bad. Okay, I didn't realize that. I could have used the Spirit Guide. I didn't do this. I could have used the Spirit Guide and cast, so I could have pitched the... Could have still pitched the Oracle, cast the Narcomoeba, but then losing my green source, which keeps me off of Journey lines, which I didn't love. But I didn't really consider that in-game. This is why replays are good. So I pitched the Oracle here. I cast this Narcomoeba. I cast Cabal Therapy, target them, name the Grizzlebrand, because I want to reanimate next turn. They have drawn Force of Will, so luckily I didn't make this whole play using the Spirit Guide, because now we got this Show and Tell out. I believe I just make them do this. Actually, no, I led on Spy here. The reason I lead on Spy is I think I'm more likely to win off of a reanimate than a reanimate on the Grizzlebrand. So I think I'm more likely to win off a reanimate than a reanimate their Grizzlebrand rather than Spy and try to journey through against a Show and Tell deck, even though they're the low end cards. So I want to bait this Force of Will out. I think they're probably going to force it. One, they might not realize that Oracle is under here, or two, they probably know I'm playing Journey because I've shown them a 61, and they also know who I am, so they probably know I'm playing a good list. And the Journey will just win on a combat line here pretty easily. So they do end up forcing this on the hard cast. They, again, might not see that Oracle. They probably do, though, and they're just scared of what could come. There's a lot of things that could come, such as Journey a combat line, and they're on no cards here, doing nothing here. So they go land go. I then go for this. So I cast my Petal, and then I cast this on Grizzlebrand, and they've top-decked exactly another fucking Force of Will. Just absolutely brutal. And they fetch here again, which, again, this stupid deck thing, I know they want to cast it off 2 life less, but it's just not going to matter here. Like, just don't play out your lands and stuff. But anyway, that's beyond the point. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really matter. They never really drew a thing anyway. They drew a Lorien, and then they drew Show and Tell and do Omniscience, but they didn't have any other things to cast off it. So, I mean, I need to top deck something to win now. And, we eventually top deck 1 dead card, 2 dead cards. They're also not top decking cards that win, apparently. I top deck Spy and I just jam it, and I'm like, alright, we got this now. So I target myself, I do the thing, I don't have Oracle, I therapy them. And what did I name here? I named Force of Will because I was just unsure what the hell they could have, but it turns out they have Eureka Omniscience. And so they were on Eureka Tell, so ironically that, like, if I had the Oracle and Spy in hand at the same time, and yeah, what I was talking about earlier in the game where they could theoretically Eureka, and I put both in and win, so the Oracle wasn't entirely a dead draw, but yeah, it did kind of actually work out as a live draw here, because it made blue mana to cast my Narco. Funny situations. But anyway, I now have 10 power in place, so what I had done is therapy them, name Force of Will, because they can't have anything. I knew their hand was going to be dead, I just wanted to see it. Then I Dread Return, make 3 more zombies to upgrade my Narcos to have lethal. Dread Return a Spy, because I figured I'd mill them, maybe I can mill some good spells off their deck, so that they don't top deck and win, because the only way I lose, and I did mill unfortunately hit a Show and Tell first, is their first card, so I was a little bit scared, that all milled. And then they top decked a land for turn. And then I had journeyed 2 Thoughtseize and Reanimate to the top of my deck. It didn't really matter what I put on top. I just didn't want to put 1 card there in case I didn't kill them somehow. Like if they had made a Uro or something. Like if they cast Uro, then flashback Uro, I no longer have lethal. I want to have a longer game basically versus them. I want to be able to get that Grizzlebrand play, or just like be able to kill them without dying in 1 turn essentially. But yeah, that was the game, and it was, I don't know, pretty crazy to me. I'm just like really surprised I won this game on a Mulda 3 versus, I know it is a Mulda 5, but like for them, but like a bad oops Mulda 3 versus a Show and Tell Mulda 5, you're like not gonna win that game, especially if after they forced you 3 times. But yeah, crazy situations, crazy pitching Oracle here, and I just feel happy about my plays in the game. So yeah, I'm gonna post this video quickly and share it to the Oops Discord or whatever, and hope you guys appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.